Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue that has reignited long-standing tensions, exposed shocking manipulation, and shattered fragile relationships on CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful. Brooke Logan, desperate to reclaim her place by Ridge Forrester's side, has crossed a line that could change the course of her character forever. In a twisted plan driven by obsession, Brooke orchestrates a situation that not only sabotages Ridge and Taylor's relationship but threatens to destroy what's left of her own reputation. What unfolds is a story of betrayal, deception, and inevitable fallout as hidden truths inch closer to the light. At the center of this unfolding drama is Brooke's undying love for Ridge. Despite their tumultuous history, including multiple marriages and bitter separations, Brooke's heart has never truly moved on. Even as Ridge has recommitted himself to Taylor and prepared to marry her, Brooke has clung to the belief that she and Ridge are destined to be together. In her mind, no matter how much time passes or how many obstacles stand in their way, Ridge will always be hers. Over the past few weeks, Brooke has tried everything to win Ridge back. Subtle flirtation, romantic reminders of their past, and emotionally charged conversations have all failed. Ridge, determined to prove his loyalty to Taylor, has resisted every advance. Even when Brooke wore seductive outfits and created intimate opportunities, Ridge firmly declined, making it clear that he had moved on. But Brooke, unable to accept rejection, shifted from persuasion to manipulation. Her next move was bold and dangerous. Brooke approached Ridge with a seemingly innocent request. She told him she was planning to leave Los Angeles for a while to clear her head. As a goodbye, she asked if he would join her for one final evening together, just a drink, a toast to their history, and then she would leave quietly. Ridge hesitated. He didn't want to give Brooke false hope, and he worried how Taylor might feel. But Brooke pleaded, insisting it was one night only, a farewell. Reluctantly, Ridge agreed. What Ridge didn't know was that Brooke had something far more calculated in mind. Before he arrived, Brooke prepared 2 glasses of wine. Into Ridge's glass, she crushed and stirred in a mood-enhancing drug, a compound designed to loosen inhibitions, increase emotional vulnerability, and elevate euphoria. The drug was legal but powerful. Brooke knew exactly what she was doing. Ridge arrived, and they shared drinks. At first, everything seemed normal. They reminisced, laughed, and avoided any heavy topics. But as time passed, Ridge began to feel different. His thoughts blurred, his judgment faded, and his emotional guard dropped. The lines between past and present began to blur, and when Brooke leaned in, Ridge didn't pull away. Instead, driven by artificial euphoria and confusing emotions, he kissed her back. One thing led to another, and soon Ridge and Brooke were in bed together. For Ridge, the moment felt like a foggy dream. For Brooke, it was exactly what she had planned. But the manipulation didn't stop there. While Ridge was passed out afterward, Brooke took his phone and staged the next part of her trap. She made a call to Taylor, letting it ring once, just enough to prompt Taylor's curiosity. Then she texted from Ridge's phone, posing as him, inviting Taylor over. The message was vague but personal, implying that Ridge needed to talk. Taylor, concerned and confused, left immediately and headed to Brooke's home. What she walked into was a nightmare. Taylor opened the door and froze. There, on Brooke's couch, were Ridge and Brooke, naked, tangled in sheets, clearly post-intimacy. The image was seared into Taylor's mind instantly. Her heart shattered. Rage, betrayal, and devastation washed over her in a flood of disbelief. Ridge, groggy and disoriented, stirred and saw Taylor. His heart dropped. He struggled to explain, his words stumbling as he reached for clarity. Taylor, this isn't what it looks like, I don't remember, but Taylor was already gone. She stormed out of the house, tears in her eyes, heartbroken. For her, this was the final straw. She had spent years being the woman Ridge turned to when things went wrong. She had always believed that this time would be different, that she and Ridge had finally found solid ground. But now, all she could see was history repeating itself. Once again, Brooke had inserted herself between them, and once again, Ridge had failed to push her away. Ridge chased after her, still dizzy from the drug, trying to piece together the night before. Taylor refused to listen. She accused him of disrespect, of dishonesty, of weakness. "You chose her again, Ridge," she shouted. "No matter how many chances I give you, you always go back to her." Ridge, stunned, began to question everything. He remembered agreeing to the drink. He remembered feeling different. But the night itself was a haze. Something didn't sit right. He began to wonder if what happened wasn't entirely his doing. The fallout was immediate. Taylor canceled the wedding and cut off all contact with Ridge. She packed her things and returned to her medical mission work in South Africa, unable to cope with the emotional devastation. Ridge, left alone, tried to reach her repeatedly, but her messages went unanswered. Meanwhile, Ridge confided in Brooke that he barely remembered the night. That it felt unnatural, manipulated. Brooke, playing the role of innocent lover, acted surprised and hurt. She insisted it was mutual. She reminded him of their history. She tried to rekindle old feelings, hoping he would move on from Taylor quickly. But Ridge's instincts began to catch up with him. A few days later, Ridge visited his doctor for a routine checkup and mentioned the unusual symptoms he had experienced that night. The doctor asked a few questions and recognized the signs of having ingested a sedative or stimulant. Blood tests confirmed it. Something had been in Ridge's system, something he didn't knowingly take. That's when it all clicked. Ridge's confusion turned to anger. He confronted Brooke, and though she tried to deny it at first, Ridge's relentless questioning wore her down. Eventually, she confessed. She had drugged his drink, staged the call to Taylor, and manipulated the entire situation. Ridge was horrified. His trust in Brooke, already hanging by a thread, snapped entirely. "How could you do this to me?" he asked, his voice quiet but burning. "You used me. You humiliated Taylor. You destroyed everything." Brooke, realizing she had gone too far, pleaded with him. "I did it because I love you. I didn't know how else to stop you from marrying her. I was desperate." "Desperation isn't love," Ridge replied. "It's control. And you don't control me anymore." With that, Ridge walked out. Brooke's manipulation was exposed, her reputation shattered. The people around her, Hope, Donna, even Eric, began to distance themselves, struggling to reconcile her actions with the woman they once defended. Ridge, disgusted and heartbroken, stepped away from all relationships. He needed time, space, and above all, honesty. As for Taylor, word eventually reached her about what really happened, that Ridge had been drugged, that Brooke had orchestrated the entire thing. But Taylor, while sympathetic, chose not to return. She needed time to heal, to find herself again outside of Ridge's shadow. In the bold and the beautiful, deception always carries a cost, and for Brooke Logan, that cost may be the very thing she fought so hard to win back, Ridge's heart. Next, we will dive deep into the heart-wrenching twist that has left fans of the bold and the beautiful reeling with emotion. A seismic event has unfolded, one that threatens to reshape the intricate web of relationships among the Forrester, Spencer, and Logan families in ways we never thought possible. The dramatic turn of events in the May 7th episode delivered a gut punch of raw emotion, as Steffi Forrester made a life-altering decision that shattered promises and exposed long-buried vulnerabilities. This is not just another chapter in the endless saga of love and rivalry, it's a profound moment that forces us to re-evaluate everything we thought we knew about these iconic characters. Buckle up, because this story is about to take us on an emotional roller coaster through heartbreak, unexpected alliances, and the fragility of life itself. Steffi's torturous dilemma, a secret too heavy to bear. Imagine being caught in an impossible bind, where every choice leads to pain. That's the agonizing position Steffi Forrester found herself in as she grappled with Liam Spencer's earth-shattering secret. Liam, the man who has been at the center of so much of her life's turmoil, revealed to her that he's been diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor, a condition that could steal him away from everyone he loves. The news alone was enough to break Steffi, but Liam's insistence on shielding Hope Logan from the truth added an unbearable layer of torment. Steffi, known for her fierce determination and often steely resolve, found herself crumbling under the weight of this secret. Night after night, she wrestled with her conscience, replaying Liam's stubborn refusal to let Hope in on his deteriorating health. She tried everything in her arsenal: heartfelt pleas, logical arguments, even desperate ultimatums, but Liam remained unyielding, convinced that protecting Hope and their daughter Beth from this grief was his final act of love. Steffi's internal struggle became a silent battlefield. On one hand, she respected Liam's wish to maintain a facade of normalcy for as long as possible, hoping to spare his family the anguish of watching him fade. On the other hand, her deep-rooted belief in honesty clashed fiercely with this deception. She confided in close allies at Forrester Creations, hinting at a burden too heavy to carry alone, though she kept the specifics veiled. Her eyes, usually sharp with confidence, betrayed a haunted vulnerability in recent scenes, a testament to the stellar performance by Jacqueline MacInnes Wood. It was as if Steffi could feel the clock ticking louder with every passing day, each moment pushing her closer to a decision that would irreversibly alter the course of their lives. In a poignant imagined moment, picture Steffi standing alone in her office late at night, staring at a photo of Liam, Hope, and herself from happier times, tears welling up as she whispers to herself, "How do I choose between betraying him and betraying her?" The shocking revelation, truth unleashed at Brooke's Haven. The tension reached a fever pitch when Steffi could no longer bear the burden in silence. With her heart pounding and palms sweaty, she made her way to Brooke Logan's home, a place that has seen its fair share of emotional showdowns over the decades. The air was thick with an unspoken dread as Steffi stood at the doorstep, her normally impeccable composure fraying at the edges. Hope, answering the door with an innocent curiosity, had no inkling of the storm about to break. Their history of rivalry and bitter exchanges might have prepared Hope for another clash over fashion lines or family loyalties, but nothing could brace her for the devastating blow Steffi was about to deliver. When Steffi finally spoke, her voice trembled with the weight of the words she had held back for so long. "Liam is dying," she said, each syllable cutting through the silence like a knife. The raw simplicity of the statement contrasted sharply with the complex storm of emotions it unleashed. Hope's face, a canvas of shock, disbelief, and dawning horror, mirrored the anguish of every viewer watching at home. Annika Noel's portrayal captured the slow-motion collapse of Hope's world, her eyes searching Steffi's for any sign of a cruel jest, only to find unyielding sorrow. It was a moment frozen in time, the kind that soaps are made of, yet grounded in a realism that made it all the more shattering. As the camera lingered on their shared grief, one could almost feel the walls of Brooke's cozy living room closing in, as if the house itself mourned the news. In the aftermath of this revelation, the scene expanded to show Brooke entering the room, drawn by the palpable tension. Her maternal instinct kicked in immediately as she enveloped Hope in a protective embrace, her own eyes glistening with tears as she pieced together the gravity of Steffi's words. This unexpected trio, Steffi, Hope, and Brooke, stood united for a fleeting moment, their past grievances dwarfed by the enormity of Liam's plight. It was a powerful visual, symbolizing how tragedy can strip away years of animosity, if only temporarily, to reveal the raw humanity beneath. From foes to allies. A shift in the sands of rivalry. What makes this storyline a masterstroke of emotional storytelling is how it redefines the very essence of Steffi and Hope's relationship. For years, these two powerhouses have been locked in a relentless tug-of-war over Liam's heart, their rivalry becoming a defining thread in the tapestry of the bold and the beautiful. Their battles have ranged from fiery boardroom confrontations at Forrester Creations to deeply personal betrayals, each clash cementing their status as bitter adversaries. Yet, in the face of Liam's terminal diagnosis, all those petty squabbles and jealous barbs seem trivial, almost childish. The shared pain of losing someone so central to both their lives acts like a solvent, dissolving the barriers they've built over the years. Whispers from behind the scenes suggest that the upcoming episodes will explore this newfound, albeit fragile, alliance between Steffi and Hope. Imagine scenes where they sit together, not as rivals, but as two women bound by grief, reminiscing about the moments that shaped their complicated history with Liam. Perhaps they'll find solace in shared memories of his quirky humor or his unwavering devotion to Beth, allowing laughter to mingle with tears. There's even potential for them to collaborate on a heartfelt project in Liam's honor, maybe organizing a charity event through Forrester Creations to fund brain tumor research, a cause now painfully close to their hearts. This shift isn't just a plot twist, it's a profound commentary on how life's darkest moments can forge unexpected bonds, challenging both characters and viewers to rethink what truly matters. Ripples across the B&B universe, wider impacts and unanswered questions. The fallout from Steffi's decision to reveal Liam's condition extends far beyond the immediate trio, sending shockwaves through the entire ensemble of characters. Bill Spencer, Liam's father, looms large as a wild card in this narrative. Known for his fierce protectiveness over his family, Bill might react with fury when he learns that Steffi defied Liam's wishes. Picture a charged confrontation in the Spencer Publications office, where Bill's booming voice echoes off the glass walls as he demands to know why Steffi couldn't keep her word. Yet, beneath the anger, there's bound to be a father's desperation, a man grappling with the unimaginable loss of his son, perhaps prompting him to channel his resources into finding a miracle cure, no matter the cost. Meanwhile, Hope's burgeoning romance with Carter Walton hits an emotional roadblock. How can she entertain new love when the father of her child faces such a grim future? Their tender moments at the design studio, once filled with promise, may now carry a bittersweet edge as Hope wrestles with guilt and loyalty. Similarly, Steffi's marriage to Finn faces potential strain. As a doctor, Finn holds a deep respect for patient privacy, even in unofficial capacities. Will he question Steffi's choice to disclose Liam's condition, or will his compassion for her emotional turmoil bridge any divide? Their late-night conversations by the beach, a recurring motif of their bond, might become a space for hashing out these ethical dilemmas, adding depth to their dynamic. Then there are the children, Beth and Kelly, whose innocent worlds stand to be shattered. The thought of these little ones grappling with their father's illness is perhaps the most heart-wrenching aspect of this arc. Will Steffi and Hope, despite their own pain, find the strength to craft a gentle narrative to help the children understand? Perhaps they'll create a memory book together, filled with photos and stories of Liam's love, as a tangible keepsake for Beth and Kelly to hold on to. These tender, imagined details underscore the profound stakes at play, reminding us that this isn't just drama, it's a reflection of real human struggles. A soap opera masterpiece, emotional stakes and lingering mysteries. As a longtime fan of the bold and the beautiful, I can confidently say that this storyline ranks among the most impactful in the show's storied history. The performances, particularly by Jacqueline MacInnes Wood and Annika Noel, are nothing short of mesmerizing, capturing every nuance of grief, conflict, and reluctant unity. The writing, too, strikes a delicate balance between melodrama and authenticity, ensuring that even the most over-the-top moments feel achingly real. It's a testament to the show's enduring power that it can still surprise and devastate us after all these years, pulling us into the lives of characters we've grown to love, hate, and everything in between. Yet, in true soap opera fashion, the door remains open for unexpected twists. Could Liam's diagnosis be a tragic misstep by the medical team, a plot device to be undone by a last-minute revelation? Might there be whispers of an experimental treatment in Europe, sparking a desperate race against time? Or will the show take the bolder path, allowing this tragedy to play out with unflinching honesty, forever altering the landscape of these characters' lives? There's also the question of Liam's reaction. Will he feel betrayed by Steffi's decision to tell Hope, or will he come to see it as an act of tough love? And what of Hope's strength? Can she rise above her own heartbreak to be the pillar Liam needs in his final days? Most intriguingly, could this shared sorrow mark the definitive end of the Steffi-Hope feud, a rivalry that has defined the show for a generation? Picture a future where their interactions are colored by mutual respect rather than resentment, a legacy born from the ashes of this tragedy. For now, all we can do is watch, tissues in hand, as these beloved characters navigate a path through uncharted emotional territory. This storyline isn't just a plotline, it's a mirror to our own vulnerabilities, a reminder to cherish every moment with those we hold dear. So, stay tuned to the BMB Spoilers channel as we follow every tear, every revelation, and every flicker of hope in this unforgettable saga. What do you think? Will this tragedy unite Steffi and Hope for good, or are more conflicts waiting just around the corner?